Artlist.io.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Ask Laurel. Today we are talking about Mother's Day. Everyone, welcome to another episode of Ask Laurel where we dive into mental health, relationships, and all the messy and beautiful things in between. Today we're talking about Mother's Day, but with a twist. We're going to explore how our relationships with our mothers, and this is really about primary caregivers in general, but we're going to focus on mothers today because of Mother's Day. So we're going to explore how those relationships impact who we are in our adult relationships. Don't worry, even if you have a tough relationship with your mother, we're going to keep it light, we're going to keep it real, and we're going to try to keep it a little bit funny. So Mother's Day brings up a lot of emotions for people: joy, gratitude, sadness, maybe even frustration. And a big part of that is because, like it or not, our relationships with our moms are foundational. They're the blueprint for how we connect with each other later in life. So I'm going to talk a little bit about attachment theory, which is one of my favorite things to talk about. So, in simple terms, attachment theory says that the way we bond with our caregivers as kids shapes how we navigate relationships as adults. So, think of it this way. This is what I always tell my students. Children grow up, I also tell this to my clients. Children grow up like puzzle pieces shaped around their parents' attachment style. If your mom was warm and consistent, you probably developed a secure attachment. But if she was distant, unpredictable, or overly critical, you might have developed an anxious or avoidant attachment style. Here's the kicker: it is not about blame. Moms are human too, they're doing their best with what they have. But it's important to recognize how those early dynamics play out in our adult lives. So, how does this show up in our adult relationships? Well, if you had a mom who was emotionally unavailable, you might find yourself avoiding intimacy or feeling like you don't need anyone, right? So these are my people that are hyper independent, who problem solve alone, who have trouble asking for help. On the flip side, if your mom was inconsistent, like sometimes she was super loving, but other times distant, you might feel anxious in relationships and constantly seeking reassurance. Does any of this stuff sound familiar? And then there is the secure attachment, folks. If you're lucky enough to have grown up with a mom who was emotionally attuned and reliable, you're probably pretty comfortable with closeness and independence. But don't worry, attachment styles are not set in stone. With self awareness and work, we can all grow and heal. So, Mother's Day is a great time to reflect on these dynamics. If you have a complicated relationship with your mother, it's okay to acknowledge that. Maybe she shaped you in ways that you're still unpacking. Maybe she gave you strengths you didn't even realize came from her. Or maybe she taught you what not to do, which is also incredibly valuable. Remember, you do not have to celebrate Mother's Day in the traditional way. Honor the day in the way that feels meaningful to you, whether that's celebrating your mom, grieving what you didn't have, or simply just taking care of yourself and giving a little mothering and parenting to that inner child. And let's not forget the humor. Moms are humans, and sometimes they are unintentionally hilarious. Why do moms always ask us if we ate, even when you're like a full grown adult? Yeah, mom, I ate twice today, but thanks for checking. If your relationship with your mom is tricky, finding those funny moments can lighten the load. And if you are struggling to find the humor, Google funny mom memes. You'll laugh at something. So, whether you're celebrating, reflecting, grieving, or just surviving this Mother's Day, remember this: you are not alone. Your feelings are valid, and the way you grow up does not define you. It is just the starting point. You can always reshape your puzzle piece. Thank you for tuning in to Ask Laurel, sending you love, light, and a little bit of humor on this Mother's Day. And if all else fails, there is always chocolate, or wine, or both. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. I'll be back soon with more stuff.